Hey guys, my name is Chantel. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for hanging out with me today. So today we're going to talk about this week's chapter of Haikyuu, which I can't remember for the life of me what chapter this is, but it will be obviously in my title. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and talk about this week's chapter, and oh my gosh, you guys. I know I always say that every freaking week, but like, how can you not? Like, every chapter just keeps getting better and better, and just Furudate keeps delivering, and it's just the best thing ever. Like, Haikyuu is such a great series, man. And this week's chapter, I was so happy because it focused on my boy Atsumu, and I was beyond excited when I was seeing people tweet about it, and they were like, oh my gosh, it's an Atsumu-centered chapter, and I was just like, wait, what? So I thoroughly really enjoyed this chapter a lot, especially because, if you guys didn't already know, I absolutely love Atsumu. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. I always switch him out with Tsukishima because Tsukishima's like my #1 favorite, but sometimes I'm like always alternating because like I love them both so much and equally that I just can't decide like which one I love more. But yeah. So this was a really nice treat as someone who like really loves Atsumu and his character, and it was so nice to have like this centered chapter around him, and it definitely showed just how much he's grown over the years. And let me tell you, oh my god, my boy is just proving like why he is such a good player. And I love that the members that have played, like the members of Kurasuno, like were basically counting his steps, right? And they were like, oh, it's a jump floater. Oh no, it's like this. That's basically the commentary with the previous members of Kurasuno, right? But in this match with the Black Jackals and the Adlers, we see that Atsumu no longer does that. Like, you can't count the steps and think that that's what's gonna happen is like the jump floater, right? If he takes 4 steps, it's gonna be a jump floater. No, my boy no longer does that. He's got some new things up his sleeve, and he's constantly improving himself, and he showed us that in this chapter. So he's no longer a dual wielder but a tri-wielder, and we saw that in this chapter. And it's so cool to see just how much Atsumu has evolved over the years. Like, he is just not satisfied being the same old. Like, obviously he's grown up and he's like constantly trying to improve himself. And I like that there's like this thing towards the end of the chapter where it says, let me pull it up real quick. It says, yesterday's gone, so what are we gonna do today? And it's so cool because, like, I'm telling you, like, everyone in this Haikyuu fandom is like always on top of it and are able to like see the references. And I was like, when I first read that, I was like, doesn't that sound like, that sounds kind of familiar to something I've read before? And sure enough, I see on Twitter that it's basically kind of like a reference to Inarizaki and like their motto, which is like, we don't need the memories or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong if I have it the motto wrong, but yeah, basically it's just like that. And then there's this other thing, let me see if I can pull it up, because yeah, which was like this panel with the twins together, and it says something like, let me see if, let me look at the Haikyuu twit. Yeah, the what shall we do today? And I just really like that reference. And also, and then like the whole thing with the yesterday's gone, so what will we do today? Definitely is like really cool, because it's like, you know, you're not the same person that you are yesterday. Like, today's a new day, you're a new person. And it's like, what are you gonna do to make a difference? What are you gonna do to improve yourself? Like, what is there to do? And I feel like with this chapter, we were able to see that with Atsumu. Like, Atsumu's just never satisfied being the same old. He is always constantly trying new ways and different things to improve himself and his skills. Like, he is just not satisfied. He always wants to improve and, you know, further his skills, you know? So it's really awesome to see that of Atsumu. It's really cool because it just goes to show you just how passionate he is about the sport and how much he really loves and enjoys it, to the point where he's just wanting to constantly improve and evolve and show people what he's really made of and why he's standing on the court and why he is such a good setter. And man, he really is a good setter, and he's not afraid to try new things. He's not afraid to do what he feels is best and what's right. And like I said, we saw that in this chapter. And I also love just seeing Osamu like in the back, just so excited to see his brother doing his best and just seeing him play to the fullest and really enjoying himself. Like, he is just such a supportive brother. Like, yeah, he's doing like his own thing and he's following his own dream, his own passion. He might not be like out in the court with his brother, but like you can see just how excited he is, you know, just being on the sidelines and watching his brother doing his best and just going all out. Like, it's just, he's such a supportive brother, and I love my Mia twins. Like, they're just they're good brothers. Anyway, but yeah, Atsumu in this chapter was just so fantastic, and seeing how it was focused on him, like I said, as an Atsumu stan, was 10 out of 10 fantastic. Would love to see again. I like this part in the chapter where they notice that he's been sitting more so to the middle and he's been focusing on the middle a lot. And he's just like, well, damn, like they already know and caught on that I've been in the middle so much. And he's like, do I care? Nope. And I'm like, baby boy, why are you like this? But I love you for this. Like, I just love Atsumu's attitude towards this whole chapter. Like, he gives zero fucks, basically. He's just gonna do whatever he feels right and what he thinks he needs to be doing. And everyone's gonna follow his tune because, you know, he is the setter. So wherever the ball goes, everyone needs to follow suit. And, you know, yeah. I don't know how else to explain that. But like, oh man, like my boy is just so great, so fantastic. And I feel like at this point I'm just repeating myself, but it was just really great. And I like this one panel in this chapter where he's telling them, he's like, hey, like focus here, focus on the middle. And it's just like this really nice panel, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is gorgeous. Like all these little moments that we have with Atsumu, like they're just so fantastic and so great. Oh, there was something else I wanted to say about my boy, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, when I love that Osamu was saying, you know, he's like, oh, it looks like he's finally warmed up now, because I like that the people commenting were basically saying, you know, he's kind of having a rough start today. And when I heard that, I was like, it's okay, he's gonna get through this, and he's about to like show everyone what he's made of. And sure enough, that's when we see Osamu be like, you know, looks like he's ready to go, he's up and warmed up. And like it just got me excited when I saw that, and seeing Osamu say that. Like, he knows his brother so well, that to the point where he's just like, oh, like here he comes, like you're about to see like what he's really made of. And yeah, so I really like that. I really enjoyed this chapter so much, and it sucks because next week we aren't getting a new chapter. I'm so sad, which I will link down below to the information of exactly why, which, you know, if you haven't heard, you haven't heard. But basically, I saw on Twitter that the, like, Shonen Jump in general, not just Haikyuu, is going on break this week because of everything that's happening in the world. And yeah, so as of right now, next week, no new chapter. And, you know, the health and safety of the people matter the most, so I'm just really glad that they're taking precautions, and, you know, everyone's staying safe out there. Like, Haikyuu is still there, it will be back, like, no worries. So yeah, basically that's why it's taking a break next week, and, you know, we'll see what happens after this week break. We'll see if it comes back, but for right now it does seem like it's gonna come back after this week's break. But, you know, like I said, everything with this pandemic changes like every second, so yeah, you never know. You never know. But yeah, other than that, you guys, that is it. That's all my thoughts that I have for this week's chapter. I know it's kind of brief and short, but yeah, I'm just so excited for my boy Atsumu. Like, he's definitely grown and just evolved. I'm so proud. I am so proud of this boy. And this chapter just goes to show why I love Atsumu and why I fell in love with his character. And it's just, like, he's such a fantastic character. Like, how can you not love this boy? Anyways, other than that, I think that wraps up all my thoughts. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy out there. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!